Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Cobalt Core, where today we are continuing to pilot this boat through the Sapphire Cluster, hopefully on our way to a win. I think we've got some pretty good tools here. I think we're set up for victory in a lot of ways, but obviously a lot comes down to how much our enemies are going to flee by moving to the left. So we are probably like really placing an emphasis on cards and artifacts that give us more movement options as we continue here. And I think we're gonna go ahead and head down through the bottom. Obviously, I am thinking that perhaps it would have been wise to bring Dizzy on this particular mission, but here we are. This is what we're doing. So we have a lunge that is not a terrible start. Although honestly, just sitting here and taking 1 damage doesn't seem so bad. So I probably do want to overflow the power. If I mage hand and then block shot. Honestly, maybe it's like mage hand and block shot and lunge in the other direction and just end up over here somewhere and not worry about anything that the opponent's doing this turn. I do kind of want to hit all 3 shots though, since this is our overcharge time. We could just basic shot. Like block shot now, then basic shot, and then mage hand to end up back in place here to just take the 2. Only one of which hits our real shields anyway. I suppose that's true. I did forget about the engine stall, but playing engine will clear the stall because it also tries to move us, or playing anchor will clear the stall because it also tries to move us. This is a weird one. So if we play Unpolished Crystal, it's going to put the Crystal Shard on the right side of our hand. And, you know, playing them both is going to neutralize. I really want to move left like a bunch. We only have 1 point of evade, though. I mean, once again, I could more or less just stabilize, and maybe that's the thing. Like, take the basic shot, hit the shield surge, and then go ahead and slide back over just to accumulate crystal, even though, you know, we're drawing a card we can't play, because we can take a 2-point hit here. And this time we don't even engine lock. And then the AI just sits there and is a coward. That's really annoying. This is an annoying time for them to be doing that. We're definitely not actually going to be able to deliver this weekend haul. Well, okay, if I basic dodge and then slide over 1, we're in position to deliver the weekend haul. Actually, slide over 1. Oh no, I only have 3 energy left. Yeah, that's frustrating. I was going to say, if we could play both weekend haul and overpower after the slide over, then that actually puts us in pretty good position to do some meaningful damage. But I think what we're going to end up doing here is just hitting the multi-shot, maybe? I mean, okay. We can get still get the damage because of the Grazer Beam. Multi-shot, and then just use the other point of evade. And like, I don't think there's any good reason to play this overflowing power here and then have to spend our other point of evade getting recentered. Okay, and I'm kind of glad that I'm over here now, because missile. So if we lunge this way, we'll still deal a point of damage to the boss. After the lunge, we'll be on center with the missile to hit it with the basic shot. This is not bad. We can shield surge. So if we shield surge, we're going to engine lock. We do gain a point of shield overall because the temp shield will eat the damage of the attack. But I think we just end the turn. I don't know. Maybe I should be playing that the perfect specimen thing just to have a loose crystal shard in the deck, because like that is pretty good. All right, let's anchor. Give me the mage hand. block shot, crystal shard. Yeah, all right, this is a fine outcome. Just want to make sure I'm firing the gun as much as possible on the overcharge turns. Okay, drag me this way, and this is lethal, right? I do love making the opponent's ship brittle. I just wish we had even more energy. Yeah, like, do we want an extra lunge? I'm getting a little bit better at controlling it. Or I'm finding the nav, right? But I think that lunge is a card that you really don't want to play a lot of the time, and you have to upgrade it before it's any good. I think we're just going to skip it. Mayhap we have the correct number of lunges already, right? Okay, hello, brittle little defender. Unfortunately, the armor will overwrite the brittleness. I think this is okay. So if we lunge to that side, get the brittle shot there. Basic dodge. Yeah, this is okay. So we can find our way back over here, and if we do the basic dodge, then the shield surge, then we end up with our gun right here, so we can shoot the cockpit, and doing so moves us to the right, which is actually not optimal. It's not great, but we do have 3 shield from the shield surge. Yeah, I don't hate it. The other option is we could just end turn here, but I do want to shoot him. Yeah, I'll just endure the extra point of damage. The shields can take it. And, you know, we have, we don't have anything that really motivates us to just play cards in general. It's really blue cards that we have a lot of motivation to play. This is not a horrible time for an EMP, I think. Maybe just like multi-shot to rack a little damage in, and then, because I don't really want him gaining this, and yeah, I think this is okay. I guess, though, the multi-shot doesn't really do very much because we were negating all of his shield with the EMP anyway. We could just scoot right. Also, man, this song is good. There's a lot of good songs on this soundtrack. We could just scoot right, ignore the enemy entirely for the turn, and try to get them back over top of the space mine. I think maybe that's the play. So let's take a free movement to the right here. Deals some damage. And then the thing that kind of sucks about this, I am going to go ahead and play Perfect Specimen just because I want the movement. The thing that kind of sucks about this is that I absolutely do want to play Overflowing Power. So we're going to do this so that we can put ourselves over here safely. And I'm going to basic shot as well, just get us out of the line of the missile. Oh, okay. Or maybe it's not a missile at all. Well, you are making it awfully annoying to attack you. All right, so if we just step over leftward 1 space and then do the mage hand, we'll narrowly miss the space mine. We'll do damage to your ship through Grazer Beam. I guess I'm not going to want to play block shot afterward. You know what? I'm going to mage hand right here just for the shield. Do that for the move over. And then shield surge for another move over. And do I want the crystal? I think I do, because it's position neutral, right? It'll move us left, but then the shard will move us right. Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, what I want to do is get him shooting around the mines, because there's definitely some value there. Show me... Okay. That's not bad. So I'd like to do this on a new part of the ship, a part that's not already brittle. So I think this is like a lunge. We have enough shield that we can like kind of mess around, but maybe I want to just move this way entirely. I think I do. Okay, and then we hit basic dodge here. We hit crystal shard and we get out of the way entirely. But I suppose, you know, block shot's a point of damage that's actually meaningful. Well, never mind. No, it's not. It was on temp shield. It would have been, the shield would have been gone anyway. Okay, we definitely are taking the overflowing power here. I hate this reflexive coating so much. All right, let's move up here. Let's take the multi-shot where it's going to do the most damage. And then, yeah, I guess just basic shot to get us out of the way for the most part. Okay, this is a strong turn. The overcharge and the power of the supercharge. They call it overdrive and power drive. Together are a powerful combination for sure. Attack for 4 and add fumes to your draw pile. Deflection is definitely a more interesting card with Regenerator. It feels like we really want to take up a dizzy heavy strategy, but I still just don't think it's good enough to play, honestly. A lot of cards are pretty bad. It's a real shame. All right. Probably want to do some shooting before we move. Let's do this. We'll stack up some shield and then we can crystal shard ourselves back over here. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. I think it is okay to... Yeah, we're just going to accept the shot in the cannon because I want to establish weaken. So, of course, they move their entire ship out of the way because it is trivial for them to do so. But what he doesn't know is I also can move a bunch. I probably don't want to move anymore. I'm not actually going to play this lunge, I don't think. Well, I guess if we lunge A... Yeah, we get damage out of this, and this is safe. Because we end up here. Okay. Very difficult to turn down the overflowing power. And it gives us Mage Hand. And then, yeah, that's actually... Oops. Misclick. I was going to say, that's actually lethal. And then I just, like, burned a point of energy on nothing. All Reliable is cute. That's a fun card. Meteor is a weird... Why is this called Meteor? I have to say, I don't hate it as a flippable movement. That's pretty interesting. We're not going to take it, but it is interesting. With this lineup of crew members on a different ship, I might have taken that. I think we probably do want to burn the anchor here. So we can Crystal Shard... Mage Hand. And it's like Shield Surge and lunge the other direction. I think that's pretty okay. Like a sitting duck, like a rapidly weaving duck. Even, you know, from our perspective, they're rapidly weaving. Who's to say that I'm the one moving, right? Here's the thing about relativity. This is not a great hand. I do not love this hand. I do think we want to establish an overflowing power. At some point, we got to get the crystals going. We are probably doing so. We are probably just taking the shot approximately here. I guess, like, if I play block shot into basic dodge, there's no reason for us not to just do that, right? I do not love the amount of time this is taking, though. So this is a blessing. I do wish it was a little harder for all of the enemy ships to do like 5 space movements. Like, did it just cost them a little something? This hand is like very biased toward moving the wrong fucking direction. All right, do I want to burn my shield out? I really do need to upgrade this EMP. Do I want to burn my shield out for a movement left and not having to worry about the damage? Because I could just scoot right with Crystal Shard. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. Basic shot just to get that graze. Then probably it's not really worth playing this card. Okay, I appreciate you finding your way over here. What I do not appreciate is this anchor, or honestly this hand at all. No, this is a crummy one. Let's basic shot, basic dodge, basic shot, and then probably... I mean, I can just spend an evade to not take any damage. That seems fine. All right, can I get 5 damage in? My guess would be no. You know, actually, maybe I should not be so swift to guess that. So if we play Crystal Shard, it'll make the lunge no longer be the rightmost card in my hand. So we can dive this way with it. Then move over once, block shot, and that gives me multi-shot into the brittle part. There we go. We found it. Zircon Zip is... Gosh, it's hard to turn down. The thing is, like, sometimes it really does. Well, this is Zircon Zip A, so it is the one that only eats 1 shard. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take that. The already upgraded version, I think, is well worth it. Our deck is pretty small. But to be perfectly honest with you, I am thinking about this ion converter. I guess, you know, a problem that we're having is that we are hitting shield cap. Our deck does not have a lot of draw, but it is pretty small. Sharp Edges is just like a little sort of a bleed over time. I'm going to take it. I think it's worth it. Okay, extra energy on the first turn. That seems fine. An honorable duel. I'm going to say no way because I don't feel like I have the control over my guns that is necessary to fight the honorable way. All right, let's play this before we drop the anchor. Actually, let's also play this before we drop the anchor. And probably that. Okay. Now... The thing is, moving left is still pretty bad. We can't get the mage hand on target. I mean, I guess it's fine. Right, it's like I scoot left, hit this, get the graze, and then we can do that, which is helpful. And now we just gotta dodge all these swords, which is not a problem that you usually have in space. This should be good, right? So we'll lunge right, but then we'll move 1 space left, and the sword will be aimed directly at my gun. That's not ideal. I think Weakened Hull is maybe just going to have to go right here. And then... Unfortunately, lunge left is also bad. Yeah, I'm just like taking a shit ton of damage because these do a lot, right? Yeah. Yeah, the third point of movement is bad, but I do think it was right to... We have to get that brittle up. I think I just shield surge and absorb a lot of deeps here. This is so much damage. I guess the lunge would have gotten me only shot for 4. It's really brutal. All right. A little bit of this. And then I'm like extremely desperate to deal damage. Okay, let's see here. So if we drop the anchor, we'll be right in front of this sword. Can do a multi-shot that will get us back into this position. And then Shield Surge will be the rightmost card in our hand. I actually don't think that's terrible. Oh, sorry, Lunge is going to be the rightmost card in our hand. Well, then, yeah, that solves our movement problem very easily. Do I want to Shield Surge? Probably not. I mean, like, Overflowing Power just to gain a shard is pretty alright. And then Lunge A will lunge us 3 spaces to the right. Yeah. Just gotta make sure I actually lunge this in the right direction. There we go. That was a lot of damage. Anchor's like really annoying here. Okay, so we can lunge back into a position to deal some damage. I do feel like we need to do as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible, because the fight is rapidly spiraling out of control. There we go. Yeah, I really took a shot there. Avid Reader is going to be live a lot of the time. With Glass Cannon, like, have played 4 cards this turn only requires us to play 1 thing for free. And Avid Reader A is even better, but it's just an attack that does 3. Am I seriously in a place where I'm saying a card that does 3 damage on attack is too bad for my deck? The thing is, I don't want to... No, I'm going to take it. I think it is actually pretty good. Okay, let's survive this nonsense. So... I'd really like to get Weakened Hull across here, but we have to be very careful how we approach this. So if I do an Overflowing Power to move us left, and then... No, my hand's just too goddamn expensive. All right, we're just not going to be able to do it this turn. We'll just scoot off over here somewhere and prep. And there's really no reason to do anything else. Okay, this is not a terrible time to just, like, play some cards, right? And then at the end we can Zircon Zip or Lunge out of the way, whatever makes sense. So we can play 1 more. Now we have to burn the anchor so that we can move. And do I want to bank evade? I think probably. I move here. Okay. Yeah, 3 evade is nice. It's a little bit of coverage. Okay, let's open with a crystal shard. Are we going to try to get in and deal damage? So we can Shield Surge here. I can just take a couple of basic shots, and then we can... In order to get safe, I guess I'd rather move left a couple times. If we move left twice, we're in pretty good position. So let's do basic shot, move left manually, hit the Avid Reader. There we go. I think that's the way to do that. Books, language. Parry where parry is from, the word but is the harshest thing you can possibly say. Well, we don't need to play Weaken Hull this turn. I think we just Abyssal Visions our way in front of this shot. Crystal shard back over in case we draw. Almost. All right, that's fine. We'll just play basic dodge and use that point of dodge. So the lunge gets me into a position to deal some damage. Do I want to... Yeah, I guess... The question is, do we want to pay a point of evade here, or do I just want a basic shot into the brittle spot only once instead of twice? I think we're just going to go ahead and do it like this, because I could have stayed put by playing them in the other order, but the point of lost damage isn't really that big of a deal. Okay. Crystal shard me first. Okay. Maybe I just like overflowing power to gain a shard, play the abyssal visions, and just let this just end turn. What a time to draw no damage. I mean, not no damage, but I think we'll go ahead and hit the anchor here because I do just want to like slide out of the way. Okay. Having a hell of a time killing this thing, despite the fact that it has a brittle spot and basically no health left. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we have enough movement to just ride over here. I do like wave charge. The wave charge helps us hit our 4. Yeah. Okay, so things to consider. The Daka drum, as much fun as it is going to make our ship have a tendency to sort of drift rightward. I don't know if I think that's a good idea in the situation that we find ourselves in here. As much as I do love zero cost attacks, so I think I'm going to take the premeditation instead. Here, I think we probably do, as much as I hate this, we probably do have to just take the repair. 2 hull is not enough room for error in a boss fight, especially a boss fight with an enemy that has this many guns. Alright, so if we play Overflowing Power, then we can play a mage hand that actually does something. Just want to scoot a little bit more to the side. I think we play Zircon Zip before we take a shot. And I probably only want to move once here, so let's Shield Surge before we hit basic shot. Yeah, alright. Avid Reader being on the right side of my hand is a little awkward. We are absolutely EMPing. So I guess I'm just gonna take basic dodge and then, yeah, let's just erase all that shield, shall we? That is a fantastic start. Okay, we can slide right pretty effectively here, thanks to Crystal Shard. It's a shame it didn't leave us with enough for a weaken hull. This will put the wave beam in my hand, which will move us right again. I think is pretty okay. We can endure a single point of damage. And then here comes the defenses again. So how much right do we want to end up here is a question I think we have to answer. I guess we should Crystal Shard first. Because, like, I don't hate moving over only once. I think probably moving over only once is appropriate. So let's multi-shot and then take the final basic shot there. As long as we can keep gaining little bits of shield here and there, which we should be able to do. Right, next blue card has a bonus shield attached to it, and it's the card we're going to use to move over anyway. Right, my plan is for this to end up in front of the scaffolding. So I think that's fine. And I do actually like the idea of that space being weakened quite a lot. And then we just spend a point of real evade. Yeah, that feels pretty good. And it turns out 2 health actually was fully within the threshold. Like, we could have taken this fight without the heal. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Do I want a Zircon Zip? Probably. Just again, bank a bunch of evade. And shoot you, and shoot you. And overflowing power, and shoot you. Pretty solid. We wouldn't have been quite at max hull here, but yeah, I probably did just like waste an opportunity for an upgrade. Yo, corrosion beam. Or additional weakened hull. I mean, corrosion beam is pretty good. And it is another Dizzy card to play. Prototype 22 is maybe very good on this run. Simplicity also would be quite good on this run because we do have just like a lot of garbage in our deck. But also, in this ship in particular, a bunch of cheap low impact cards is maybe not as bad as it is in other ships because of the way they contribute to your movement. I think Prototype 22 is actually really good here. The ship has a lot of holes in it, but it's wide enough that we are still usually taking fire from something. I think that's reasonable. I don't think we need to pick it up to add it to the codex. I think that's already been codexed, codicized. You know, I don't hate corrosion beam weaken hull, honestly. Just paint that right on your face. Oh, you didn't even move. How incredibly kind. So let's shoot you in the face, and then shoot you in the face, and then shoot you in the face, and then end the turn. I think that's all we really needed there. Please don't move. Oh, for a second there, I thought it was gonna do it again. Well, we can certainly glissade. Let's hit the unpolished crystal. I think we're gonna crystal shard. And then the question is, do we want to try to make it happen? Do we want to get all the way back over there? If we can hit the brittle zone with Avid Reader, we do win the fight. So that's probably worth considering. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, we'll make it. And then it's like Scoot, Shield Surge, and the Avid Reader. Oh, no. Shoot. Yeah, the only way we can scoot is to play the EMP. Oh, that is frustrating, actually. So you're at exactly 8. Yeah, I definitely cannot stack up enough damage for a kill. But we can still play the Avid Reader, right? It's just not into the hotspot. And we can take the 3 damage. This is not a big deal. So we Shield Surge, then we Avid Reader. Okay, and then we barely need anything else here. Oh, I'm not looking at the, not looking at the HP. So we need to deal full, yeah. Temporary HP sucks. You know what? Just get me out of here. We'll just go this way. Let you corrode out. Since you want to be difficult. Have we ever seen mineral deposit before? That's really interesting. We're not going to take it, obviously. But it's really interesting. We for sure need another trip to the repair yard. Also, I would just really love to use your trash can, honestly. Like, well, again, I do still feel like that thing I said about the basic shots is pretty true here. Do I want a random rare? I don't know. It's still the case that the basic shots are worth... Yeah, let's just drop one. I think that's right. And then here, with the number of fights that are left, I wonder if it is actually worth hitting the EMP or upgrading EMP. It might not be worth it. We could turn up Avid Reader's damage. We could multi-shot. We could turn up multi-shot. I'm gonna do that. Let's go multi-shot A. I think that's the way to go. Okay, and then yeah, we want to go bottom for sure. Get an extra repair yard out of it. Oh hey, look who it is. So we have the opportunity here to just like take a second, kind of build things out. Well, I probably want to play the weekend haul though, don't I? And if I'm gonna play weekend haul, I probably want it to be like okay, if I crystal shard, then glissade back this way, puts us all the way on the edge, lets me weekend haul on this point, and then immediately play the Avid Reader into the weekend haul. And I think that feels pretty good. Although I guess that's real hull damage, isn't it? I guess I'm taking a little bit of real hull damage no matter what, because this is 4 incoming. How much health do you have left? Yeah, I guess I'm going to take the mage hand. Yeah, okay, we're taking 1 point of real hull damage no matter what. That's a shame. This was a good turn to draw this. Draw multi-shot. So multi-shot's 12 damage by itself. And then we have wave charge. There we go. Look at me taking an actual point of damage from a normal enemy. What terrible play. So Barrage. I think Barrage is the only one of these that we might play, and I don't think we are going to play it. It is kind of fun. Is it flippable when upgraded? No. Okay, then I think we're going to skip it. Shield lasts between combats is pretty bad. Gain an energy every 3rd turn is pretty good. Shooting missiles turns them around is, I think, it's pretty whatever. The final boss does have missiles. I don't know if it's enough to make that interesting. Yeah, alright. Overclock my generator. The problem with this ship is I don't have enough energy. Okay. A mine ship. A minefield. Yeah, we could take one. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad either. We will get that's effectively, we found it would gain 1 health, because that is only going to affect us a single time, but it's fine. Do we want to upgrade like the wave charge maybe? Putting 2 wave beams in the draw pile is cool. I'm gonna do it. A thing that I do like about that is that it prevents us from having to move right again immediately, because the wave, you know, you're not generating the wave beam in your hand in the rightmost space. So I think this is a fine turn for just hitting that. Let's just get that set up. We can lunge over into combat territory. Hit the multi-shot, and then like there's no reason to Zircon Zip versus the basic dodge, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you're planning to do. Just go ahead and move and we'll figure it out. Okay. So, Glissade, very effective for letting us chase left extremely hard, and probably something we want to play relatively early in the fight with this deck. But also, we're going to EMP. So, how do I want to set up for that? If I unpolished crystal first, the EMP doesn't move us. Okay, I think the move is going to be, let's hit the Glissade leftward. So that'll move us like way out here. We do unpolished crystal. We move to the right twice, don't play the Crystal Shard, and then just EMP, dealing 14 damage. And it resets my shield, which is actually kind of a good thing. Did you know? Crabs are cool, and I love them. Can we let this guy join the team? I dig it. I like the vibe. Anchor's a really bad draw. Well, I mean, whatever. I guess we're staying still this turn anyway. And then I'm ending the turn with so much energy. Ooh, not a bad time for a corrosion beam, for sure. So, what it's like... We're going to take 2 damage. Yeah, I think 2 damage is fine. So we want to, like, block shots, basic shots. Actually, never mind. What am I talking about? We have lethal. I'm not even looking at the opponent's health most of the time. I'm just, like, making the plays that seem right in the very short term. It is a good idea to know, like, whether or not you're going to kill the enemy. I think it's probably a thing worth paying attention to. Do we want an upgrade? Do we want to just yank a basic shot? Do we want to maybe... swap the overflowing power for the version that gives you the crystal first? We sometimes have a lot of time where we're not really doing anything. This is probably not. Overflowing power is not happening. Yeah, the question is here, like, corrosion beam B versus the overflowing power change versus instead removing a basic shot. I don't actually think removing a basic shot's all that critical for this deck. I mean, it does increase the frequency of our sharp edges, I suppose. That's not nothing. But I think I am going to take the overflowing power upgrade and just make us a little bit more likely to get some power drive going. Any of those changes would be pretty incremental in this position, right? I gotta say, having no stun at all in this fight does scare me a little bit. So we're going to want to end up with our gun in this position at the end of the turn a lot. Or I guess we want to cancel one of the cannons and then position around that cannon being canceled, I think, is the important thing. So if we lunge A right now, we deal a point of damage, which is extremely whatever, and then our gun ends up here. Then we take some shots. I think this is okay. All right, so now we either want to move to the right twice. So we can block shot, move over to the right. Then corrosion beam. And then multi-shot. It's very difficult not to take the multi-shot right here, but this is the version of it that gets us the safest. Yeah, corrosion beam now, then multi-shot. Then we take no damage, and we got the corrosion up on the first turn. We just have to wait 45-ish turns for that to do the thing. Easy. Video games have never been so easy. We're on top of this. We got it. Okay. I do like a weaken hull on one of these two locations because it makes it, it strips the armor in addition to doing weaken hull. This is not a bad time for it, I think. Then, I mean, we could just wave charge, spend a point of evade. This like gets us a lot of setup. Yeah, and then we just spend a point of evade to not take any damage. All right, we're going to be at full shield now, so we can not only can we withstand a little bit of violence, but we like strategically want to. But we've set up this beautiful position. This kind of thing should happen relatively frequently. Okay. Trying to figure out exactly where I want to stand to take some damage. I think we do want to anchor. Crystal shards start moving. Wish I had more damage in my hand. I guess we'll shield surge. I might just accept a point of... Is it 1 point of hull damage or is it 2? Where's that thing? Oh, that's right. It's a dizzy artifact. 2 hull damage. So the price for not going is pretty serious. The price for not letting it happen is pretty serious. The thing is, if we shift over to the left 1 space, it's actually going to be worse than the amount of shield we have on us right now, because we're going to take 6 damage up to 5, or 4 damage up to 5, a 6th point onto this wing, and then also 2 damage on the cockpit. So we will still lose 2 hull. So if we wanted to just like take damage, I think the thing to do would be to actually move over to the right. I think I'm just going to accept the 2 points of hull damage in this case. We can get splashed, but we need to get splashed for less. Okay, very difficult not to EMP, but because it is so much health. It is so much shield that we would burn. But I need to get hit. So how do I want to do that? I think maybe we scoot left a bit. Let's wave beam here in the brittle spot. And then maybe like glissade left. We'll just like work over here for a bit to let us bleed. Honestly, the EMP gets pretty okay now. Yeah, it's still a 13 damage shot. Like maybe I overflowing power, EMP, we take this shot to the gun for 2. Oh no, that's right. It'll turn off my shields. That's right. I did that on purpose. You would think, and yet here we are. I suppose just playing a basic shot is fine. Yeah, we'll take 3 damage. None of it will be real. And the bleeding continues. I do like this thing where we have like wave beams into this thing. We're just ignoring all the shielding anyway. That's certainly helpful. Hard to not want to do that. And then at this point, if we stay put... 4 is just a lot, you know? 4 is just too much damage to take. The anchor is a really bad draw, like a really bad draw. So this is that same 7 damage we're looking at here. We're not currently overflowing on shield. I can shield surge back that way. What happens if the last card in your hand is... I guess it would not move us. I think we have to... I think the least damage we take is this. Right? This gets us just under our shield threshold. That's not too bad. Ooh. It's hard to not want a multi-shot there, but I guess all the multi-shot would just hit the shield anyway. It's not like super exciting. Maybe this is a good time to burn some trash. Like, lunge left. Hit your basic dodge. And then, like, trash. Do I want to burn more trash? Kind of want to just take the multi-shot, move left. Will exactly clear all of our shield, which is like fine. Gives me a little bit of time to think. We don't have to maintain our shield anymore for a minute. This ends up being kind of weird in this fight because we're actually really well positioned for not taking damage from the final boss just due to the shape of the ship. So Let's see, Crystal Shard. What do you give us? Okay. Interesting. So we can... Gosh, I really want to pound that multi-shot directly into one of these spots. We can move over. We leave basic shots. Yeah, and we have Zircon Zip for later. Okay, let's... Basic shot here. Wait. So I was going to multi-shot. What am I doing? Okay, multi-shot there. Mage Hand this. And then Avid Reader is pretty strong, I think. Yeah. I should have done the multi-shot in the other location, but it's fine. Okay, love to top Wave Beam, overcharge directly into the weak spot. So this will move us over one space to the right effectively. I mean, we have a lot of cards that move us one space to the right. Yeah, and then we don't play Shield Surge because it would actually damage us. I definitely have better feelings about the ship. You can get yourself into a position to kind of be in control. Having to play it for an entire run did boost my opinion a bit. All right, who shall it be this time? I believe we were working on Dizzy, right? It wouldn't be the end of the world if we did people out of order, but also, what's up with books? Let's keep working on Dizzy. We will check out books. I've been doing some reading. You know, in my free time between the eternities and a timeless void, I saw the Cobalt, the time crystal embedded in the core. That's you, right? It was. So then the core was like an egg? Egg, seed, sentient singularity. You do not have a perfect word for it. Egg, got it. Yeah, that's something. T-minus 137 days. I cast Fireball on my own sword. The sword erupts in an extremely cool blaze of flame. Your goblin attackers step back, filled with a terrible fear. The type of fear that makes them take an additional 50% damage on your next attack. Nice! I hold the sword to the sky and cast Mighty Yell. What do you yell exactly? I yell, I'm gonna get your butts with my cool flaming sword. Ha! The damage boost goes up to 60%. Hey, what are you guys playing? Chess? Can I play? It does sound like Perry's kind of chess. Okay, so not a lot of useful information in Dizzy's memories so far, just character stuff. Okay, the Tide Rudder, it's not so bad. It's fine. Do we want to play with it some more? There's definitely a part of me that's always just like, hey, what about the Jupiter? Jupiter's mighty good. The Jupiter and the Ares are both, I think, extremely compelling. Also, we had to figure out how we are crewing the ship for this run. So we're going to need to play a bunch more Perry and a bunch more Drake. We've already done Books and Dizzy and all of these other setups, though, right? So maybe it's okay to give Books a rest for a bit. I don't love Max, but Max's cards are more interesting with the Tide Runner for sure. What if we did like Max and Drake and Dizzy? That's a thing we haven't done, I'm fairly sure. Oh, that's kind of useful. It's not really what I want, though. What I want is the codex of our run history. Yeah, Max and Drake, because there was a long time where we were not using Dizzy at all. So Max and Drake and Dizzy should be interesting, at least. It will probably be a bit of a challenge. Do I want a boss artifact or do I want 2 type B upgrades? Type B upgrades are generally not the ones that I like more. I think that's the thing we've learned. Although heatsink B is very good. You know what? Let's take the type B upgrades. Okay, admin deploy B is actually quite a good card. Reroll B is also fine. Yeah, like that's all right. That's an all right set of things. So, anchor, do this to get you in the middle of the ship, and then I guess just bank a point of dodge. It's not a very aggressive turn. Gosh. My kingdom for an EMP shot, you know? Hey, there it is. Guess what? Boom. And then, I don't know. And then just shoot you in the face. So shoot and get rid of this corrupted core. We probably want to, like... Actually, this sucks. This is a bad hand. Yeah. I used to, like, take a point of basic dodge, hit anchor now, and then just scoot. Okay, this isn't too bad. We can EMP slug here, I think, for some good value. Now it's just a matter of finishing this thing off before I accidentally set the ship on fire. We did not exactly draw the tools that we need for that. Let's move over here. Bank some resources. Yeah, shit. 4 damage is not going to work. Alright, turn down the heat at least a little bit. But yeah, it's really frustrating that this particular enemy is just like always gaining shield. Alright, please show me 2 damage. Good enough. Little on the slow side. Turn all of your shield into evade. I don't hate this, especially since we're not going to have a lot of natural evade generation. It does burn all the shield at the same time, but that's probably okay. I think this is a build, this is a run where maybe Converter is actually pretty alright. We are going to be really low on sources of evade. And then we definitely want to skew topward. Unmanned ship up ahead, and it's hailing us. Welcome, how may I help you? Well. So we do have some opportunity here to go for an A upgrade, which I might prefer, generally. Heatsink B is really a lot better than Heatsink A, though. Shield Surge. Shield Surge A plays with Converter much better. Block Shot A. Yeah, let's take a couple of A upgrades. Okay, yeah, Converter A. I think I'm pretty happy with that. It's Wizbo! You know, I reviewed all the data I collected last time, and I can say conclusively that all your so-called magic was, in fact... Wizbo is so concerned. All definitely very real and cool. Thank you. It does seem pretty cool. You know, I'll take the conversion here, I think. I do love a little bit of evade, and then we basic shot, and basic dodge. There we go. That's a pretty decent outcome. Heatsink's like fine here. So we kind of just like don't have much of a turn. I'll hit re-roll and then, I don't know, anchor. Alright, must you with all of your garbage cards. So let's definitely EMP slug that. We'll probably just leave the miasma in place. Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to gain any heat. The corrode obviously has to go, and also I would like to be able to deal damage to the opponent. Basic dodge so we can block shot, and then, yep, again, I think generally shifting shield into evade is going to be very good for us. Okay. Anchor off. I think I'm just moving right. Just get out of the way and do some more fighting in a minute here. All right, clear anchor. Refresh our friend. Let's stop one of those cards from happening. Three damage. I am nowhere near 3 damage, sadly. I guess let's reroll B. It's kind of hoping, yeah. Didn't really help with the ordering problem we're having here. Could you just like fly over here a little bit, please? Nope, no toxic. We have enough evasion that all of our damage cards should definitely be going into the enemy. Every single time. Please just let me deal the damage. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to juice up the output on this one. So reroute puts us on autopilot, which we don't really need with this ship. In fact, I would really like not to have with this ship because it's going to make fine adjustments impossible. I think we are skipping all of this. I need cards that have swords on them. Like very badly, actually. This is kind of crummy. Do this. I will admin deploy my basic dodge. And then we'll convert. And I guess we may as well just sit here. The point of temp shielding is going away anyway. Okay, and now I feel like extremely mobile, but it's still going to be really hard for us to actually kill the enemy. Do I want to reroll? I kind of want to reroll because I don't want to move left. Or I don't want to move right when I hit the anchor. We did not end up in a better position though, really. Yeah, all right. Just move me over and we'll spend a point of evade. Okay, here we go. An opportunity to actually deal some damage. It's a shame we could drill the EMP slug into the brittle spot, but I will do some of that. It's probably worth heat sinking, and I guess this also. There is really just such a huge dearth of damage. Do I want to convert all of it? Yeah, I guess so. And then we'll play basic dodge. Let's end up over here on 3 dodge. I don't know. That was probably not worth it, honestly. So 1, 2, 3. That almost puts us in position to do something. Yeah, this enemy's doing a really good job of staying in a super annoying position. Cowardice. All right, anchor, EMP slug, and yeah. So we only have 5 HP still to get through. And I say only, but that is a lot in the end. We could potentially do 4 this turn. So if I basic dodge here, we have to move over 2 more. I'm just like so fucking desperate for damage. So hit converter here. I'll move left. Yeah, we probably better. What am I doing? Okay, then we can take that. Alright. EMP shot is just a kill straight up. There we go. Multi-stun is almost good. But only almost. Crosslink is... I mean... I hate to just, like, take the same stuff all the time, but Crosslink's really good. Ricochet Paddle is extremely mediocre. Ricochet Paddle is a card that does literally nothing some huge percentage of the time that you play it. Yeah, we kind of don't get to do anything fun here. We can at least get this thing off the table, I guess. Okay. Not moving is just fine, I think. Converter, basic dodge, then reroll to apply some new dodge. This feels like a pretty good amount of defensive resource to have in general, right? So let's see here. We probably want to admin deploy ourselves. I don't know, like basic block. I do want to get rid of the shield drone. Am I cool just taking this? There's no... We should adjust. We can spend 1 point of evade to stop 2 points of damage. That's probably worth doing as well. Just stop playing things. Okay, definitely do some damage. Convert down and then reapply. Yeah, this is certainly one way to deal with the ship's very low overall shield capacity, right? Yeah, we'll do this. We'll move over. Slowly we manage to get some damage through these shields. There we go. You know, there are so many Drake cards with fucking attack on them. Where are they all? Why am I not seeing any? Okay, extra evade on the first turn is like totally fine. It's not bad. I really need attack cards. Okay, this is not so bad. Why would I think that was going to move me? I don't know. My brains. Yes, I will down convert our shields. That's fine. I guess we'll do just kind of whatever. I mean, I definitely want to play this. Definitely want to grab some block. Okay, is this a time when we really want to get rid of the anchor? I think it is, yeah. We do like that. Shoot you. Shoot you. And then I guess we... Yeah, it's probably better to convert and just move. We don't need any extra heat, thank you. Yeah, so many hands. So many hands where you just don't draw any damage. And then when you do draw it, it's all clustered, so you can't play it all. Well, the good news is here we can admin deploy the EMP slug. And we do at least get to actually play it all. Block shot is going to be very difficult to apply. How much evade? How much evade do I actually want to spend here? I guess that much. It's worth it to just apply any amount of damage. Okay, so if we... Even though I break something here, it's such a pain in the ass to do. Here we go, and then we move back. Basic shot you again. Convert and reapply. I really wasn't expecting adding Drake to the lineup to increase our defensive capabilities so much. It does kind of feel like that's the only thing we gained. I did that in a bad order. We could have gotten that 1 point of damage through more efficiently. Okay. Yeah, and every time, like, it's always, oh, I'm going to move 6 spaces that way before you draw any attack cards. Oh my god. Yep, no, that's how that works. It's just frustrating is all. I'm frustrated, so I'm like playing too quickly. I'm not thinking through the implications of my actions. But also, it really sucks that I have to do this much thinking to just like apply very small amounts of damage. There's no sense in even playing anything this turn. All right, clear the anchor, convert. Let's do that. Gain ourselves some stats. We just get to reapply all of the shielding. It is so hard to get our one attack on. All right, I mean, like, stun source is very good. We're gonna take the stun source. We're gonna figure it out. Grazer Beam is helpful, but I need an attack card, and I don't know where they are all hiding. Basic shot, basic dodge, shield surge. This is gonna be really annoying because this thing, you can't damage this thing with one shot, and most turns we are not going to have the ability to do 2 shots. I guess I'm gonna get stun source. That's cool. But again, it doesn't do anything because in this fight in particular, because of the mechanics of the fight. So yeah, I guess we'll like convert. I do get to deal 1 damage this turn. I guess that's something. So if we spend enough stats, I'm taking 2 damage to turn off his ability to oh no, actually that's right, the first shot eats the stun source, so I don't even get to turn off the gain. That's so, it is so frustrating. I'm just like so desperate to interact with the systems. All right, no sense in playing basic dodge because I'll just have to spend it immediately. Yeah, no, this sucks too. All right, heatsink, reroll. The turn where he has no dodge, we don't have any attack. It's good. It's good fun. It's good fun. All right, yeah, downshift all this shit. Give me a point of basic dodge. Okay. So I have 4 dodge. Nope, doesn't matter. Not enough. We'll just go over here. Like, it can't be the case that I draw all my attacks at the same time and on that turn the enemy always moves all the way to the side, you know? Like, all right, that time we got to cancel the thing. We got to do some real damage. Heatsink doesn't really do anything here. I guess none of these cards do anything because we're at block cap. But this means that we will be able to hit again this turn, which is cool. Fucking anchor. Alright, prevent the application of the auto dodge again. I pressed that button because I was like, well, we're not getting shot, so we could go ahead and eat the block into evade, right? Yeah, that is a loss that comes entirely from me being so frustrated with our position that I was just clicking cards without thinking because I was just like, oh my god, get it over with, show me some damage. Okay, we're going to do that exact same run again, but, you know, next time when I'm less annoyed, hopefully I will be making better decisions, and we are going to hopefully see some cards that actually have some swords on them. The funny thing is, like, I guess Max kind of doesn't have any attacks. And Dizzy has attacks, but they're like slow and bad. Yeah, I really was just hoping for some Drake cards to come up, and we didn't see any. We didn't see, I think, any red cards through the beginning of the run, and that's very annoying. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, Murder. We're going to be more murderful. It must be the case. And we'll see you then.